wrote a lament in the middle, 1862, Private McGinnis Thinks of Home. Like a lot of Irish and other immigrants, he got drafted into Lincoln's Army, and he was invalided out. And then he started a pub in Philadelphia, and the third section is, I made it. My gosh, I've been through wars, and I'm out, and I'm American now. And so this is for all the immigrants that have made this country so great, including my family, including Steve's family. Steve, do you have anything to say about Edward? Just briefly tell us a little about Edward McGinnis, and then enjoy the piece.
Thanks, Sherry. It's been an honor to have this piece written for my ancestor, and also to have it played by this wonderful group of musicians and brought to life. As near as I can make out, my great-great-grandfather, Edward McGinnis, was born in County Down, Ireland in 1837. And the first official record of him living in the U.S. is the 1850 federal census, which shows him living in Philadelphia. Edward, then 13 years old, lived with his sister Elizabeth, who was 9 at the time. They shared a dwelling with a woman named Mary Cope, who I believe was their guardian. I have no idea what happened to Edward and Elizabeth's parents, but given the period of time between their birth and the 1850 appearance in Philadelphia, I have to wonder if their parents died back in Ireland during the Great Hunger. It's also possible they didn't survive the voyage to America or succumbed to illness after arriving. Anyway, Edward married an Irish-born woman named Anna McWilliams, and their first son, Richard, my great-grandfather, was born in Philadelphia in 1858. At that time, Edward worked at a retail liquor establishment, which I think means bar. And in 1861, he was drafted in the Union Army and fought in the Philadelphia 82nd Infantry. He received a medical discharge in early 1865 after being shot in the leg during the battle. When he returned home from the Civil War, he managed to get the money together to buy a pub in 1866 and operated what I choose to call McGinnis Pub. I don't know if that was the name. Until 1874, when he died of encephalitis at the age of 39, leaving behind his wife and 2 children. This story is typical of Irish immigrants who came to the U.S. during the mid-1800s, and like many of his fellow countrymen, he suffered multiple losses, likely dealt with anti-Irish and anti-Catholic prejudice, and got swept up into the American Civil War. His many descendants, most of whom live in the Philadelphia area, are attributed to the courage and resilience that he